Meeting to order. All rise and join us in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
for which
one nation,
indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Let the roll call show Eric Minks and Eric Strandberg are absent tonight. And we have no citizen comments, I'm assuming.
No.
All right, then we'll go on to board member committee reports. And we'll start with Jim.
I participated on the Rum River Co-op meeting last week. And basically it was just I don't know, just approval of things. So not much to explain.
Okay, thank you. How about Howard?
Nothing this time.
All right, Chad?
Chad?
Report. Yep, nothing to report. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
I had to see a general meeting, and Ben did send you the PowerPoint from the Leatherman. If you didn't get a chance to look at that, Deb also sent out the actual video so you could listen to the commentary as well. That's always my favorite meeting because all of the trending that they put up there is really good. And then there was Ellen Page and Neil Karshkat that talked about the constitutional amendment. I also had a C Business Partnership meeting. SC is continuing trying to boost the budget a little by getting businesses to advertise during our C general meetings, and then we just had finance.
All right, then I was also at finance and had agenda planning last week. And tonight we have student rep Jacob. Every board meeting you have an opportunity to give a student council update. If you want to go ahead and do that at this point, you're welcome.
Hey, Jake, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Would you feel comfortable turning your camera on so everyone can see you, or is that not a good option? No biggie if you can't. There you go. I just wanted everybody to be able to, you're coming into a board meeting. You have, let's see, you have three board members present, and then you have some other board members that are in the virtual world. So now's your opportunity to give an update from the student council, or not the student council. Yeah, from student council.
Student council. So Monday we had our kindness and chalk day. That was very successful, I would say. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Feedback there. Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, good. We are currently planning our stay coming, which will take place early November, and that's really all we're doing.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome to the board meeting, Jake. We hope to see you in the future too. Hopefully sometime soon in person. Ben?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Jake. I guess I'll just focus my remarks on the number of COVID cases that we're having in our district. Certainly cause for concern for us. Just want to give the board an update on the number of confirmed cases that we've had so far since the beginning of the school year, which is about a month's time. At our high school, we have had a total of 2 confirmed cases over the last month. We have also incidentally had 2 off-site at the high school, meaning like students that are high school students that are doing distance learning that aren't coming into school. So, even students and families that aren't attending school still are susceptible to get contract COVID. At our middle school, we've had 0 on-site And we've had 2 offsite confirmed cases. Again, those would be middle school students that chose to distance learn and would not be coming on site. At our intermediate school, we've had 4 confirmed cases on site. Incidentally, all 4 of them were from yesterday. And our primary school, there has been 4 confirmed cases. At least 2 of those 4 at the primary school are not active cases. They could be back in school. I want the board to know that I will be sending out a communication to families, I hope tomorrow, which will be through our Tiger Times, that will give an update on numbers. We do have a dashboard that does give a real-time numbers. I'm going to point people to that. We'll probably do some better graphics on that just to make it more user-friendly to see. You know, there's pros and cons with that. I would say the majority of districts are choosing not to do that. We are going to choose to do that just to be transparent, to eliminate speculation and rumors that might be out in terms of the number of cases and those kinds of things. So we'll be sharing that. I will also share in my communication that through all of our contact tracing, every single case has been through community spread, which means there have been no cases that have been linked back to someone catching or contracting it through exposure at our schools. And I think that's really important information to have. Most of these, all of these cases, you know, a mom or dad are contracting it, and then a child living there then is exposed. You know, different cases like that, which I'm hopefully going to do my best to be able to articulate the importance of being safe outside into the community, and how that connects what's happening in our school. Because the difficult piece is, for every one case that is in our school, that has the potential to put out, well, I'll give you a real example. We had one case that put out over 50 different students that needed to go into quarantine because they were in that close of proximity, classroom plus, you know, a possible team that person is on, and those kinds of things. So, you know, you got the real cases, but then you have the people that are impacted as a result of that from being close contact. So that information will go, and I will also indicate in this communication that if there's only a certain limit of the number of cases that we can have without us having to shut down a school completely. There are schools in central Minnesota that have had to take what they're calling like a 14-day reset. And if we were to have higher numbers, in particular would be at our intermediate and or our primary school at this point. I don't have any concern with our middle school or high school. But if we had increased numbers of confirmed cases at the primary or intermediate, we will have to seriously consider some kind of a reset. And that is almost 100% because of we won't have enough staff to actually staff a building appropriately. So, you know, we're going to get that communication out tomorrow, like I said, and again, this is always a polarizing topic with different viewpoints on it. Our position is, you know, we're apolitical. We can't take that into consideration. We just need to use common sense and follow guidelines to keep our students safe. So, wanted the board to have that real information. And with that, I'll close my comments.
Thank you. I think it's real important to get that communication out to families, just giving the facts out, because there's all, rumors fly, and it's good that we're keeping all those facts in front of people, so hopefully we can stop some of those. All right, we need a motion to approve the agenda tonight.
So moved.
Motion made by Howard, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Sue. Any comments or questions? We'll vote by roll call, starting with Howard.
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Yes. Jim?
Oh, don't forget to unmute yourself, Jim.
Okay, yes.
Jim, thank you. All right, moving on, item 7, discuss and act on previous board meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve those board meeting minutes?
So moved. So moved.
Any comments or questions on the board meeting minutes? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll call, starting with Chad.
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Deb is a yes. Jim?
Yes.
And Howard?
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
All right, motion's been made by Sue. Was that Jim?
That was Jim.
Jim.
Yeah,
Okay. You want to make it the second there?
sure.
Okay. Motion's been made by Sue, seconded by Jim. Any comments or questions on the consent? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll call, starting with Sue.
Yes.
Deb is yes. Jim?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
And Chad?
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to number 9, action item, a resolution regarding the fund balance transfers. Michelle, did you want to address that first, or?
Yes. Tonight we have a resolution in front of you regarding fund balance transfer. If you recall, at the end of the school year last year, state gave us the ability to transfer between funds as long as certain conditions were met. We had Fund 4 child care staff on duty to help with our COVID-19, and as a result of that, the original fund balance rollover was a negative $110,930, and that's down there below whereas the school board of Princeton schools. So tonight you're saying basically that Fund 1 in the unassigned area is able to take on that 110,000 expense based on the fact that it doesn't increase state aid obligation, it doesn't cause additional property tax authority. It is part of our operating funds, and we're approving it by the reporting deadline. And it does not jeopardize anything regarding federal funds. So, excuse me. That is that in a nutshell. The transfer has to be voted on in order for it to be a legal part of our audit, final audit.
All right.
Thanks, Michelle.
Does anybody have any questions for Michelle? I'll entertain a motion then to accept the resolution regarding the fund balance transfers as presented.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made by Howard, seconded by Chad. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll call, starting with Jim.
Don't forget to unmute yourself there, Jim.
Yes.
Thank you. Howard?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
And Deb is yes. All right, then we have item 9B, superintendent contract.
It is just as prepared for you guys at our closed session, with the percentage of increase and then the increase for the insurance, which this year ended up being flat, which was good, as a district anyway. And then the PTO adjustment language. So
All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the superintendent contract as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Chad, seconded by Jim. Are there any comments or questions before we vote on that? Hearing none, we'll vote by roll call, starting with Howard.
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Deb is a yes. Jim?
Yes.
All right, motion carries. We go on to our information item, and then there's only one. It's the first reading of many policies.
Well, that's self-explanatory because most of them were review because we're on top of things. The 802 was some statutory changes in amounts of how to get rid of equipment and the dollar involved. So we each accepted MSBA's changes. And that's all that was.
All right, any questions for the policy committee? None, so we have no additions to the agenda. You'll note the future meetings. We have a community advisory committee meeting tomorrow. Then there was one mistake on here. It says finance, October 20th. That is supposed to be policy, so.
Emily, if you're listening, will you please change that?
Yep, I got it.
Thank you.
All
I was
right,
really hoping you guys are going to meet again.
is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Howard, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we'll go by roll call. Jim?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Deb? Yes. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Jake, it's great to have you aboard, buddy. This is one of our shorter meetings, just so you know.
You lucked out.
Every now and then we'll have a short one. So good to have you, buddy. Take care.
Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Yeah. See you, Jake.
Welcome aboard.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Bye, guys.